My Bigfoot encounter on the way to Lancaster. 4 days ago I think I caught a sighting of a squatch hitchhiking along Route 144 to Lancaster. Some context for you folks. I was staying with a friend in Renovo, let's call him James for now. I was only stopping by. Couldn't get a lift with James to Lancaster due to his uncle having a fall and him having to deal with it. I decided to hitchhike my way to Lancaster with a guy who was going to Harrisburg, so I essentially planned to get off midway through my journey and then go on to Lancaster. Either way, whilst I was going down the Route 144, we were approaching near the Big Rock I think if I remember correctly, and as we were about to follow down round into a corner, I can see what I'm pretty sure was a Sasquatch. I've always had some sort of belief there is something out there, people can't just be seeing nothing. The only other weird experience I've had prior is dogs barking at presumably nothing whilst on walks or in my backyard, but that's about it. As for the description of the creature I saw, the first thing I saw was the side of the creature, as it was hurtling its way down into the treeline valley. It had a sort of stone-grey stone-brown colored coat, with some regions being mismatched in terms of coloration, at least from what I could make out due to the dazed amount of light under the canopy near the road. The main feature that stood out to me was its height, which immediately made it clear to me it wasn't a person or bear, also due to it running down a slope with a decent amount of balance at a good speed. I think it was about like 8 foot tall. But again, it was pretty difficult to make a decent assertion on how big it actually was due to the time of day. From what I could make out on its head, it had an almost raised crest, like you see on gorillas, which was a slightly different shade of brown-grey compared to the rest of its body, and it didn't exactly have a neck to say, with its neck more so protruding into its stocky body, at least from what I could tell. I could only see it for around 5-6 seconds, and we had some distance between it whilst we were driving towards it, but as soon as it went down into the forest, there was little sight of it. Due to me not seeing its face head-on, it's difficult to say what it looked like, but I remember it had a sort of snout to it, but not like a bear, sort of like a baboon, with shaggy hair around its head which at points seemed to obscure the front of its face, but again, it was pretty difficult to tell. I can only describe its face like a baboon. Its snout didn't really seem to have a large amount of hair on it though. I don't know if it had anything in its hands, I think it didn't, but the last thing I remember of it was hurtling its way down into the forest below. I'm pretty sure it was a Sasquatch, but I'm a little weirded out. If what I saw was a squatch, then it pretty much differed from a lot of other types of squatch people see. Do these creatures uniformly fit into one type of Bigfoot? Do they have multiple types of subspecies? I don't know. It's just all weird. Post from user 1ad1917 at Bigfoot at Reddit.